Hello, welcome to our live stream. I have never done a live stream like this before where I'm testing you on grammar. So it's a little quiz, but it's a grammar quiz. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say about this. We're talking about words that relate to the movie Shawshank Redemption, a great classic movie from 1994. And I think it's a fun way for us to practice vocabulary, learning vocabulary words and stuff that are related to this movie. I just had a live stream with Mike and we talked about the movie. It's on Instagram. I will post my Instagram handle here in the account, in the comments. Let's see, at English with Jen. At English with Jen. Yeah. Okay. Let me post that. And let's see. So we have that there. And I think if you're this kind of person who likes crime stories and likes to murder mysteries and whodunit and these kinds of things, then this is a nice vocabulary list of words for you to learn. It will help you to be able to practice your English using this. I'm going to try to scoot this. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm not going to touch anything. I'm just teeny tiny. I can barely see anything, but whatever. That's fine. To whoever's here, welcome. Thank you for joining. It's going to be a very small, very exclusive lesson today. For those of you who don't follow me already on YouTube, you can find me here. And it's right here. Every week I go live. Tomorrow I'll go live with a lesson about character. I love introducing theme-based lessons. So it's not today, past tense, tomorrow it's words about prison, the next day it's vacation. I try to focus my lessons for 1 week on one specific topic, give you all of the information that you need to be able to talk about the subject in a way that can get you started. You have phrasal verbs, idioms, vocabulary, conversation questions. So let me pull up our first slide here and test us here for this, for the first word today. So let's see. Okay, so kind of the way that I've worked this is that we have the definition, and then you have blanks underneath me here that give you the opportunity to know how many letters are in that word. So yeah, let's see how that works, if everybody's able to solve this. So I'm going to get rid of my banner. That always drives me crazy, so I think it must drive you crazy. I don't know why this is so small today. That's very strange. So we have a word that means the act of making up for past mistakes. So this is our word. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 letters. And I will give you a bit of a hint here. So the hint is the act of making up for past mistakes. And we have one letter. The first letter is an R. So whoever is here, if you would like to answer, no problem. And I'll give you the last letter too. The first letter is R. The last letter is N. N as in Nancy. N as in Nancy. So speaking of our lesson today, what we talked about, the movie Shawshank Redemption. The act of making up for past mistakes is redemption. You get redeemed as well. If you do something well, then you are redeemed from it. You get redemption. All right, so moving on to number 2, we'll go through these kind of quickly, seeing as this is a great hit today. A lack of fairness or injustice. And so it's something that is a lack of fairness or injustice. And we have the word down here with the yellow blanks. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spaces here for the word. And for those of you who are joining now, the first word was redemption. So for making good on something bad. And now we have our second word, and a lack of justice or fairness. What do you think? And the word starts with an I, actually, and a little tiny hint. There is the word also in the definition. Part of the word is also in the definition. So that's a nice little hint for you. Thank you, Ranit, my dear. Injustice. Exactly. So injustice, justice, opposite injustice. Moving on to number 3. Thank you. All right. So a person serving time in prison. So we have 1 to 5, 6 blanks. What have we got? Which one works best for that? Which word? Let me know if you want a hint. I will give you a hint, or if you think you know it already, then go for it. It has a lot of vowels in it. A-E-I-O-U has a lot of those vowels in it. Not so many consonants. A consonant is N, B, T, S, R. So what can you tell me? And I will give you as a hint, the first letter is an I. An I is the first letter of this. What can you tell me? I hope there's enough spaces here. Hold on. Yes. I got panicked for a second that there weren't enough blanks here for our word, but I think it's okay. And okay, another hint is that it starts with an I and it ends with an E. Okay, and there are still, yeah. Starts with an I, ends with an E. I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it. And if you don't get it, then I will go ahead and give you the answer. And if you're watching the replay of this, feel free to go ahead and try to, write these out on your own. And you can let me know in the comments how many you get right, which ones were new for you. But the answer here is hello, sir, and welcome. Inmate is our answer. A person's an inmate. Person serving time is an inmate. All right. So let's see. Moving on to the next one, to word number 4. All right. The head of a prison. So in our movie, The Shawshank Redemption, I can't remember his name. Spinning around, I don't know if you hear me, but he's the man who in the end was the one who got busted for smuggling all of the money, or for embezzling money, because Andy had cooked the books. That was actually one of our idioms. If you cook the books, that means that you cook the books. And so he cooked the books for this person. The head of a prison starts with a W. I will put it in here like that. The head of a prison starts with a W, and then you have a couple of other words. Any ideas what that might be? So some of these words are new vocabulary words that we did not have in our lesson, but all of these will be great words to build your vocabulary based on prison and crime and things like that. So far, we've had redemption, injustice, inmate, and almost the correct, it sounds like it, Renate, but just switch out the O for an A. So warden, like war and then den. Super, exactly though. Yeah, just misspelling. No worries. So the head of a prison is the warden. I cannot remember the name of the warden in the movie, but you know who I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. All right, the next one. The conditional release of a prisoner before their sentence is complete. So this one we had multiple times today. I'm curious if you can remember. I'm not going to give you any hints because we had this already. The conditional release, a prisoner gets released early because of good behavior, maybe. Maybe they were good in jail. Maybe they were not, so they did their time in a way, in a productive way. So what can you tell me? What word works best with that? Okay, I will give you a hint. So let's see. It starts with a P. Parole. You said it in the Instagram live. Yay, exactly, exactly. Okay, cool. All right, so parole. They get parole. That means they get released earlier. And we talked about it in our lesson. The person, when the person is on parole, they have to report to a parole officer. And if they do that, if they break their parole, they will have to go back to jail. So these are different ways in which you can use this word. Moving on to our next word, the punishment assigned to a convicted person. We did not have this word, so I will be so kind as to give you the letter. So it starts with an S. And lots of meanings for this word. Another meaning would be something in grammar. We have this as well in grammar. When you put a dot at the end of a sentence, sentence, exactly. Thank you for getting it before I gave it away. Exactly. So the punishment assigned to a convicted person is a sentence. And in this case, Ranit, they were sentenced, or they are sentenced to a life in prison, to life in prison. So sentenced to life in prison, they received a sentence, they were sentenced. And when you go to court and you hear what the people say, when the people say their opinion, whether they are guilty or innocent, that is the verdict. Another word that I don't have on my list here, verdict. Let me pin that real quick, verdict. So when you go to the verdict, to hear the verdict, you listen to the sentencing. So lots of ways to use this. All right. Then, to request a higher court to overturn a convict. We did not talk about this today, so I will give you the letter that it starts with. It starts with an A. Okay, so you request, you say, you know what? The verdict came back. The jury, these are the people who decide whether a person is guilty or not. The jury decides that the person is guilty, and then this person says, no, I want to fight it. And fighting this word starts with an A. And Renate, I'm not sure if you know this word or not. I think you're the only one who's here right now. And that is, I don't want to take it away from you though. So an advocate, yeah, the advocate is the person who fights for you, and it doesn't fit in the blanks. You have to take a look at what fits in the blanks there. But good try. Thank you very much for trying. It's an appeal. So they try to appeal the conviction. They try to appeal it. All right, I'll put it up here. That word fits nicely into those blanks. Moving on. All right, so to break free from prison, what is that word? If you break free from prison, what do you do? Give you a little hint. It starts with an E. What do you do? Starts with an E, ends with an E. How about that? So, what can you tell me? To break free from prison, you E. E. What is that? I just misspelled it. Okay. So you escape from prison. Escape. So in our movie, Andy escapes from prison by digging a hole in the wall and then crawling through the hole with all of his belongings in a plastic bag. And then he climbs down some sort of pipe and then crawls through the gutter, and he's finally free after going on, like crawling on his arms for 5 football fields. So easy, but yeah, that happens, sweetie. No worries. No worries whatsoever. Hi, Yuki, darling. No worries. No worries. Sorry, I need to plan this a little better so that people have a specific time. We're on our last word. So I hope that Yuki, you'll at some point maybe have an opportunity to watch the replay of this and try to make some guesses. So let's see. So, but other way or not, as you like, of course. So last word, number 10, a strong belief or legal decision that my internet connection's not so good. So a strong belief or legal decision that someone is guilty of a crime. And I actually have to look this up. I can't remember. So let me find a nice little hint for us. Starts with a C. Let's see. And it ends with an N. All right. A strong belief or a legal decision that someone is guilty of a crime. We talked about this in the live or not. And the first 3 letters, just to help out a little bit, C-O-N, and then it, I don't say that a person who is a criminal is the base form of this. So kind of works in little different ways here. I will give you what we call a criminal. So we call a criminal a convict. All right. And now expand that, a strong belief or legal decision that someone is guilty of a crime. A strong belief or a legal decision that someone is guilty of a crime. A person who is a criminal is a convict, and extend that, and then you will have your answer. You only need 2 letters. New to me. Okay, cool. Good, good, good. Conviction. All right, Renee. Exactly. And you can use this word with lots of things. Like if you have a strong belief about anything, it's your conviction. It's my conviction that, and I don't really have any strong beliefs, so I can't really say anything. But yeah, it's my conviction that if you show up every week and hang out with me in a live stream, you will improve your English for sure. I've been doing this for so long, and I know people who show up to my lessons actually learn. So that's my conviction. It's a strong belief. Can I prove it? Have I done any kind of science on it? No, but I've had multiple students over the years, or many, many, many students, and I've seen how they improve. So it's my strong belief. And you can use this in that a person is convicted and that they are a convict. Changes a little bit in the way that it's said. Convict, a person who is a criminal. All right, moving on. So the ability to recover quickly from difficulties. We did not have this word today, but we had this word in the past. I think I got 6 out of 9. You're rocking it. Very, very cool. The ability to recover quickly from difficulties. My hint to you, we've definitely had this in the past, talking about lots of sort of character. Yeah, exactly. 7 out of 9. So resilience, 7 out of 10. So resilience, exactly. That's the word. You can recover quickly from something. You are resilient. You have resilience. Exactly. All right. And last but not least, here we go. Dishonest behavior, especially by those in power. And this word starts with a C. Let's see, Renit, are you going to get it? This word starts with a C. Dishonest behavior, especially by those in power, starts with a C. There are many governments that experience this as well. It can be people are this way, or, well, yeah, that they have this sort of behavior, but then it turns into something different, but I will tell you in a minute. So it starts with a C. And corruption, ding, 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 ding. Okay, I'm taking you to Vegas. We're going to go play some word games. Very good, Renee. Awesome, exactly. So corruption. So things can be corrupt. People can be corrupt. And when you talk about it on the whole, society, there is a lot of corruption. But as an adjective, people are corrupt. They can have a corrupt character. So slowly but surely, I will say goodbye. This was a nice, quick little lesson. Thank you for all of you who showed up today. Very small lesson. I hope tomorrow that you'll be able to make it for our live stream. We will talk about character. That was something that Ida wished for. I did personality not so long ago. So I will try to make it so that it's something that's different, that we're all learning still some new things, of course. But that will be here on YouTube tomorrow, talking about character. Thank you very much for showing up to this live. If you have any sort of feedback for me, because I do think this is a helpful thing, but if you think it's interesting or fun or things that I can do to make this better, you will watch the archive. Thank you, darling. Then please let me know. Otherwise, my dears, have a wonderful day. I hope to see you tomorrow. And yeah, all the best. Thank you for showing up. Bye.